Oh boy, I don't like doing videos like this, but I'm only gonna do this like quick, and then I'm gonna have a real edited video tonight. Maybe a live stream, but no, actually edited video. It's better that way. I'm not. I'll be honest with you guys. When it comes to a certain community that we don't mention anymore because of eggshells and all of this shit going on, because people don't like to talk about it. I have no problem with inclusivity, guys. I don't care if they're in shows or whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I never did. Hell, I watched Baby Reindeer, and one of my favorite characters was one of my favorite parts of it was the trans relationship. Wouldn't say one of my favorite characters, but because that's my favorite character was unfortunately the stalker, because she was downright hilariously crazy. I mean, for real. I'm not saying that I condone the stalker. I just said my favorite character was the stalker, even though she's completely batshit. Um, I enjoyed that. I had no problem with that community. I never cared. I do, however, care for when you're going to do inclusivity and you're going to do representation. I do care that you actually care, that you actually have the pride to represent people correctly. So Chris has never understood why I'm critical of games after Assassin's Creed Origins. Why I'm critical of Odyssey. I don't like the fact that you don't have a shield. I think that's fucking stupid. That is like culture in Greece. If you're going to be a Spartan, you have to. Now I understand they're technically not Spartans. I don't care. It's the spirit of the game. You have to have the choice of a shield. Because if I want to sit there and fight alongside the Spartans, motherfucker, I better have a shield. It's not feasible. I'm not going to accept that. Terrible writing. Okay, I live with it though. It's like, okay, whatever. Because I know people were complaining in Origins, they're like, oh, I have to use a shield, da, da, da. Okay, but give us the choice then. You give everything else to a choice. I'll talk about that in a minute. You then decided to, fuck with the mechanics of the game, and I'm not going to get into that right now, because that's going to be for the second video. Because that'll be a whole thing in itself. But you still respected the culture. I still thought the game looks beautiful. I'm going to play it. And I put like over 200 hours into that game. I did. I beat the game basically, and there are storylines I left open because I just got bored of it and it just didn't interest me. It was repetitive and tedious, and the power sponge shit was ridiculous. And the storyline never interested me. I'm sorry. Alexios and Cassandra are not good characters. I appreciate they use real Greek actors. That is very key for me, and I do appreciate it. I didn't like the voice acting, but I didn't complain about it because I'm like, you know what? At least they tried based on trying to make it more authentic. And for that, I respect them. And I will never hate on a game, even if the quality can be iffy, if you are trying to go for authenticity. That is something that should be a standard kept by a lot of people. But then again, I'm talking to the internet. Most people have no standards or principles. So, moving on from that, we go to Valhalla. This game is a love-hate relationship with me. I hate this game and then love this game. I love the combat in this game for some reason. I hate that there's no assassins. There's no assassin storyline for the second straight game in Assassin's Creed. We're talking about a fucking Viking adjacent to assassins, and I'm like, I don't care about this. What is this crap? The whole point is to play as an assassin that mixes in with the culture. You bums, but whatever. I accepted it. I liked Ivor, male Ivor. I did not like female Ivor's voice acting. I think she sucked, but she is the canon character, even though I do not believe female Ivor should be canon. No offense, but female Ivor had a. It's not the voice actress's fault. I think it's with the way they had her do it that I can't stand it. Male Ivor had the superior voice by far for me. Also, I felt like the character, the way it was written, was more set for a male, with brotherhood and camaraderie. To the female, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. The relationships just would make just this is weird. You could say, oh, you could, like, women and men can have the same. No, they really can't. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. It's a little different. There's certain things you just nah. Brotherhood's brotherhood for a reason, and I feel as though that game was really not made for that. But even then, the problem I had was, if you're going to stick with a female character, why didn't you just make her female? Why give the choice? Because you're scared? Yeah. Ubisoft doesn't actually believe, and this has been documented, Ubisoft does not actually believe that female characters can sell. Ubisoft is that sexist. They don't believe female characters can sell on their own merit, so they have to make a choice involved because they're afraid they won't sell. Yeah, Ubisoft, real inclusive. That's who you guys are gonna, defend over this game because of inclusivity, right? Okay, good luck. I didn't play. What was it called? Assassin's. I don't even know. The last one with Basim. I don't care. I genuinely didn't. I don't care. I don't care. I think it just bored me to tears. I don't care about it. The story looks fucking mid, and Basim's a shit character. Sorry, he's a boring ass character. And honestly, screw his story. I don't give a damn. The Loki side's way more interesting for me in the Isu set. Basim, it's like, oh, you were lonely and fell for us and simped for a fucking spirit. Good job, off-brand Thanos, but I don't care. You're boring me to tears. Hell, he honestly did his story a lot better just telling Ivor by the campfire, and that was enough for me. Boring. And you can disagree with me on that. I played every Assassin's Creed up until that point, so whatever. But one thing I always will say about Assassin's Creed is people who complain with the historical accuracy are stupid, because that's not the fun of the game. First of all, if it was historically accurate, these games would suck. So stop being a little baby, okay? If the games were more historically accurate, Ghost of Tsushima would suck. It would be miserable. Stop being a baby and get over it. Okay? It's fantasy for a reason. Stop being a baby and maybe start appreciating things for what they are. Food for thought. This is not going to be one of those times, though. So not only does this new game coming out, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, we finally get to the topic. This game's horrible. First of all, let me just begin with the two main characters. Again, another instance of not committing. If you want to, I'm telling you that the main character is going to be female in the canon set. They have a canon story, and then they have a, and then there's a choice thing, right? But there's always the canon story. Cassandra's the canon character, protagonist in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, even though Alexios is a better character, full voice acting wise, in my opinion. No offense to Cassandra, I still like Cassandra. I have a soft spot. The canon character was female Ivor, and the canon character for this will be the female character in this one. I don't know her name because I have not really looked into the characters that deeply, because this game disgusts me on such a surface level. I don't have any interest in looking deeper beyond that. The other one's Yasuke, who is a real historical character. And I would have no problem with that if you didn't decide to have him have a relationship with a non-binary character for the lulz. Now, on the surface, that sounds offensive. I get it. My content lately, I get, has been leaning right-wing for you guys somewhat. I'm aware of that, and I've tried to kind of not go there. I don't like doing it like that because I don't want to lean one way or the other. But if the chips will fall where they may, the chips will fall where they may. It's not because I give a flying fuck. What, I don't care. I've watched shows like Baby Reindeer. I've watched Doom Patrol. I have loved those shows. It doesn't bother me seeing it in my media. I don't give a fuck that goddamn Starfield made me have pronouns. I don't care. I'm not as crying on my screen. Fucking Humpty Dumpty over there crying. Instead, you should be fucking worried about actually making concise points. I don't care. What I do care about is quality and accuracy. And once again, this is the same effing thing. You took a character that has not historically recorded to have had a non-binary lover. Wife and kids, bitch. Wife and kids. You made that happen for no apparent fucking reason. Now, understand, it's a choice. The fact that it's even there is stupid, because that is not the way that Assassin's Creed should be. It is a set storyline that twists and goes in and out of historical context to make a story on taking down regimes and taking down empires for freedom. A warped view of it, because the assassins are not the good guys here, and neither are the Templars. Both are of their own volition. You gotta play Rogue to maybe understand that more. But even then, the fact that you even make that an option is just so stupid to me. And I'm not mad at you, and I don't care, because I'm not buying this game. So this is all just me speaking on my opinion. But it's offensive to Japan. And it's going to be backlash. This game is going to be backlashed. First of all, you disrespected the character's history. A famous Japanese general, I believe, takes part in this game, and then you made him gay. He had a wife and kids. What are you doing? You're misrepresenting characters for the sake of forced inclusion? That's forced inclusion. When you wrongfully tell a story just to put something in, that is forced inclusion. And I've talked about this 1,000 which ways. It is not right. It is not to be taken serious. It's not to be something that should be put into movies and media. It is cheap and lazy. You took that, and I tried to like be devil's advocate for this game. Maybe it's okay. No. I will absolutely not defend this game under any circumstances. First of all, I didn't agree with the creation of this game because of Ghost of Tsushima. Kind of pointless to do a game of Assassin's Creed in Japan when you already have Assassin's Creed in Japan, just done better, more respectfully, with care involved from Sucker Punch. I'm not going into the technical stuff yet. It's bad, really bad. That's an entire separate video of the quality. I'm talking about the choices with the story, and it looks terrible. The scene itself looks just completely awful. They don't even use, actually, for the NPCs, they use voice to text. They use voice to text for NPCs. That is cheap and lazy. And I talked about this with the AI issue and why you guys need to start being really more aware of quality and using your dollar. If you don't want companies using this shit, don't spend the money on it. Now, personally, I have no use to buy this game, so I won't. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins still. Origins. Yes, you heard me correctly. Because I refuse to play this game. And I refuse to support this game because it's fucking trash. Now, granted, I'm sure some morons from a certain community who have not been a fan of me lately. By the way, shout out to Hassan fans. You guys have been great, man. Great people. I'm being sarcastic. You people are losers. But it's not bigotry that I say this. Because that's all these people know how to do, is just discredit people based on their made-up delusions. No, I say this because the game sucks and you have historically bastardized Japanese culture just to make a point, to pander. And of course, that is again wrong, and to me more offensive than anything. This game is completely offensive. It's disgusting, if anything, that they made a game like this. That's that fucking trash. And you delay the game. You would delay this game and you would pay $70 for this crap. This is 10 times worse than Unity. Because I can say all the things I can say with the bug crashes and all the nonsense of Unity. When that game was actually patched, what I saw was a game that actually had the care to do Francois in a way that I cannot believe. It was beautiful how it came to life, seeing that happen. It was beautiful. You actually cared with the voice acting was actually legit. It wasn't like, fucking cheap like this game. It was actually legit. Clearly, there was care in this game. And some of the lines were just memorable. The ending monologue from Arno at the end of the game, one of the greatest speeches I've ever heard in my life from a video game of all things. But it was beautiful. And then you go to this and you're just like, what happened? What the fuck happened, dude, bro? It's not even just from that era to this era, because Origins is right there with any Assassin's Creed game ever. You could argue it is up there with the top, with number 2 as maybe the best of all time, aside maybe even though Black Flag, I don't know why people, it's a great pirate game. I wouldn't put it as a top Assassin's Creed game, but you could put Origins right up there with the top Assassin's Creed games of all time. And Bayek was a phenomenal character. There was heart in that game. The absolute fall in quality from Origins to the rest of these games, even Odyssey, is immense. This game is nowhere near the level, nowhere near the prowess of Origins or even Odyssey, which is a step down to me from Origins, but at least was respectful. This is just horrible. It looks awful, and I will talk about the mechanical stuff later, believe me. But I'm actually offended by this game because it's one of those things that I really feel it's just a giant disappointment. Because if it was good, I would have played it, because I do enjoy Japanese stories. Of course I do. I'm not talking about anime or shit like that. I don't care for anime. I don't care for manga. I'm not a fan of that. And you can look at me side eyes all you want. I don't give a fuck. And don't give me that look. Yeah, you can look at the Sonic thing right here. Guess what? Japan doesn't even accept Sonic. I know he's Japanese created, but he doesn't have a following in Japan and nearly as big as America. So he's as much America's born son as much as Japan's. Just letting you know. And I do like some anime, of course. I'm not stupid. I love Speed Racer to death, of course. Love it. But I'm not a big fan of it, right? But talking about Japanese history, I love it. As granted, as horrible as it is, I don't glorify it. It's imperialism, but it's like so interesting imperialism. You know what I mean? It's like some of the most interesting imperialism you're ever gonna read. I love it. I love samurai stories. I love it. Ghost of Tsushima was beautiful. So I was going to support this if it was good, but this is fucking pathetic. So Ubisoft, you lost every bit of like the cred you had to me. I don't know when I'm gonna buy another Assassin's Creed game ever again, but you need a drastic overhaul. You went way too, I knew it was coming too, because I said when Odyssey was coming up and I saw what it was looking like, I said, this is bad. This isn't a good direction. You're going in a bad direction. So then you pivoted after Valhalla because you went the wrong direction. You then make an okay, decent game. You go back to your roots and it actually looks decent. I just don't give a damn about it. But you know what? It might be the start of going back to basics. Okay, it's refreshing for people. Oh my God, you went this route then. I don't even know what this is. So, good luck, Ubisoft. This is part one of how bad this game is.